What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Tabbie Talks video podcast. For those of you who are new here, my name is Tabbie. And for those of you who aren't new here, thank you so much for coming back time and time again to listen to me jabber on, and hopefully I'm inspiring you to feel better and happier and more fulfilled, because I know that I certainly am trying to take my advice. And I've got to tell you guys, the last couple months have been really transformational for me, mentally and emotionally especially, but also physically a little bit as well. So and it all starts with me taking my own advice. I've been doing all the things that I'm talking here with you about, and so I really hope that you're picking up what I'm putting down, and I hope that I'm making a difference in your life. From the few comments that I've been getting, and actually I don't say few, I should say many wonderful comments that I've been getting, I hear that I'm making a great difference out there, and I just want to tell you that this is what I love to do. And today's episode is going to be very unique and different, and super exciting. I hope that you understand, and I'll try to keep myself contained because I'm getting questions, you guys. And this is actually what I want to do. This is my vision for the podcast or the video cast, for those of you watching on YouTube right now, is that you guys can reach out to me, and if you're going through something, I'd love to take some time to answer you personally, because sometimes I know it's just great to have a friend to talk to, and that's what I would like to be in your life, is just somebody that you can count on and trust and get some reliable, unbiased information or advice. So with that, I do have to give you my little disclaimer, which is that everything I do here comes really straight from my heart. And so the great thing about it is you can take it or leave it. Obviously, nothing that I say here should be replacing that of a medical doctor's advice or treatment plans. And of course, if you ever feel like you really need help, or you're thinking of harming yourself, definitely call 911. There are a lot of suicide prevention numbers and things like that, and I don't believe anybody here is having that. But in the event that you're hearing this is something that is on your mind, please reach out and get some help, because your life is worth it, absolutely, hands down. So moving right along, as I mentioned, this episode is going to be a little unique and different in that, unlike usual when I post a quote on my Instagram page and then my podcast is related to that, the spotlight this week is going to be answering your questions. So I'm so excited. I've been saving a few, and so I want you to know, if you email me, I don't have to reveal your identity. You can just give me a quick snippet, and stay until the end, because I actually have an amazing announcement that I'm so excited about, and I can't wait to share it with you because it's so exciting, and it'll help you connect with me in about the easiest way that I could possibly think of. So right off the bat, like I said, I just want to go ahead and jump into this. I'm not going to read the full emails that I got, but I do want to give you guys just a little snippet. So the first question that I am so excited and proud to address was asked from Jenny. So Jenny, thank you so much for taking your time to reach out to me. I value your trust, and I look forward to hopefully answering this question in the best way possible, and I hope that it helps you. So Jenny asked, she explained a lot of things going on in her life, but what her question sort of boiled down to was, she said, I feel like I screwed up with my career path, and I don't know if I should start over. I want to move and completely start over. So Jenny, what I'm here to talk to you, your Tabbie Talk for today, is first and foremost, I have to let you know that I truly can really relate to what you're going through. And I understand this feeling so perfectly well, because as I mentioned in one of my other podcasts, I sort of have lost some of my, I don't want to say lost, I have had some real identity, ways that I identify as myself, as Tabbie, have changed over the years. And so part of what I want you to, I obviously don't know your age or anything like that, but what I want to tell you is the absolute first thing that you need to do is just say, hey, Jenny, it's okay. Because guess what? It's okay. You can change your mind. That is the beautiful that is the beauty of life. That is the beauty of being human and having choices and, being able to go out on a limb and decide, hey, this isn't really what I want anymore. And I'm ready to switch to something else. And the truth is there are so many different avenues, but what's really coming to me when I think about this question is that you have to accept yourself. Whatever reason you decided to pursue the career path that you've chosen, I'm sure you had many reasons for wanting to do that. And number one, you might have chosen those from outside influences, or maybe you found out, you thought that it was going to bring a certain glory. And then when you actually started working in the field, you kind of realized it wasn't what you thought it was, which happens to so many of us. And so the biggest things I, need you to try to take away is that, number one, you're human and you're allowed to change your mind. Number two, whatever is ahead of you, whatever you're being drawn towards right now, if you don't pursue that and you don't turn away from what you no longer want to be a part of for whatever reason, you are really potentially doing yourself and others a real disservice. Last week on my podcast, I talked about, your passion is for you and your purpose is for other people. So again, with the limited information that I have, I don't know what path you're coming away from and what path you're going to, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because this life is your life. And I know that there are people out there that might be affected by your choices, and everybody can appreciate that sense of responsibility, but you have to live your life for whatever makes you tick, for whatever fills you up, because this is your life. At the end of the day, nobody has to be inside your head. Nobody has to be inside your heart. Nobody is experiencing your day in and day out the way you are, because they're not you. And I just want to encourage you to take that step out and do it in whatever way feels good to you. Absolutely, positively pursue what it is that is you're being called to, that is pulling you in that direction, because I can assure you we are more, I talk about this, but we are more than just humans. We are spiritual beings, and we have life purposes that we're meant to fill. And whether you're not only are you filling your life purpose for you, but you are probably going to inspire people along the way, which is one of the best gifts that not only you can give yourself, but you can give to others. So a quick example of something that I hope resonates with you is that one of the biggest reasons I didn't want to switch jobs and I didn't want to do different things, including this podcast, is because I thought that it looked bad if you weren't stable. And for those of you not watching this video, I just air quoted stable, because I was trying to create something that I thought meant I had a good family and meant I was a good person. And what that turned into was me trying to fit myself into a box instead of trying to build something around me and my desires. And although I have a family and I'm super mindful of what it is that I need to do to make sure that we have a balance in our life, I also found that there's a real reward when you can step outside of that box, whatever box that is, and you can look to the people that you love and that love you and say, you know what, yeah, I have switched jobs, or yes, I have moved and I have done this, but I am absolutely going to do what's in my heart, what makes me happy, and what I feel is best for my life. And people can really appreciate and admire that, because oftentimes they have done the exact same thing we did to ourselves. They put themselves in a box, they put themselves behind a label because they felt that is what maybe society has taught them, or what they were raised to grow up and believe. And although there are really great things that come from stability and longevity and loyalty, There are things that absolutely can't be explored unless you're willing to make a change. And so I say don't settle and go for whatever it is that you want. So, Miss Jenny, to summarize what we just talked about, I say stop beating yourself up. And if you can just say, look, get up tomorrow or right now, go and look in the mirror and say, Jenny, it's okay. Whatever you're wanting is for a reason, and I accept that reason. And then the next step is to pursue that in whatever way feels good to you. Okay, and I say that, but I actually mean it verbatim. If it feels good to you, actively pursue that thing in whatever way feels good to you. So if you need to pick up a part-time job while you're still doing your full-time job to make that transition seamless, if that's what feels good to you and you have to do it because you have your family to think about, then do it slowly. But if you have the opportunity and the ability to pursue it like at turbo speed, then do that too, if that feels good to you. You need to just do it in whatever way feels good to you. Do it slow, do it fast, just do it. That's the key to all of this. So thank you for your question. Feel free to let me know how that resonated with you, and I am just so excited for you. Good luck. I know you'll be blessed along the way, and just make sure you just keep shining your light. Next question, and I couldn't honestly have been more thankful that these two questions came together because they go so hand in hand. And it's just funny how coincidental things work out, right? So this question actually came from Val. Thank you. Hi, Val. And she went on to say a few wonderful things about how this podcast is impacting her. And she said, there are things I want to do, but I just find myself doubting that I can actually do it. And I try to be bold, but I don't know what the first step to even doing that is. Please help. So, wow. I can really appreciate that. I can really appreciate how hard it is when you don't even have a belief for yourself. And once again, there are a few different ways we can look at this, but given the limited information that I know, all I can do is go off of what my intuition is telling me. So if there's more details that you'd like to provide, I certainly can try to help give advice that way. But again, little details. What my gut is telling me on your situation, Val, is that self-doubt is so prevalent. Almost every single person you'll meet doesn't believe in themselves. The belief that they have in themselves is usually something that has come from an outside factor. So whether they grew up and they were told that they were good or bad or whatever, funny, not funny, responsible, not responsible, a lot of those innate internal beliefs may have come from your childhood, number one. Number two, once we're adults, we also get that gratification from social media and from society, whether you want it or not. Some part of us, until you stop and challenge the beliefs that you have, which can only be done once you've taken account for what you're missing, what you're feeling, and what you know can be changed. Like, you have to be able to acknowledge the things the way that you feel and think in order to change that thought and feeling, right? So, not to go off on a soapbox here, but just to sort of explore the idea of not believing in yourself. Sometimes our beliefs are so small, but they are such a big part of our belief. Therefore, if you feel if you are feeling like, I really want to do this, but who the heck would want to listen to me? I don't mean anything. I'm insignificant. I don't have anything special. It seems like a small belief, that just seems like a little idea, because you have convinced or you believe that you are a small person. So even though it seems like, oh, come on, who would want to do this? It's so silly. Who would want to hear about me couponing? I'm raising my hand because couponing is awesome. And for those of you out there who see, I'm sure somebody thought everybody can coupon. Why should I put it out there on blast? And all of the people who benefit from that, they literally save money. Anyways, going on, that's my point. No matter how small you think it is, whatever it is you're offering, I am telling you, offer that thing. Shine your light. Your light, not Tabbie's light, not Jenny's light, because we were just talking about Jenny, not anybody else's light, because it's your light that matters. It's your light that's unique. But you have to see that the very thought that your voice is too small, your gift is not big enough, is the small belief that is ever consuming. It's taking over everything. We live in a society that puts so much out into to define the world around us. And there's a reason and purpose for that. But I'm talking about what we could take a survey, and a majority of people would say somebody that's beautiful looks like this. Somebody that's fit looks like this. Somebody who's smart looks like this. Somebody who's this looks like that. But that's not true. And we know it. We know that beauty is something that's on the inside. We know that health is so much more than just your physical appearance. So I know you're doubting yourself. I know that the hard part, you want to be bold, and just based on you using that word, I'd have to assume that means bold feels big. So my suggestion is, don't do it bold. Do it in a small way. Do it in your way. Do it in whatever way feels good to you. I can't say that enough. If it feels good to you, that's the way that you pursue it. Now, I know that fear can kind of come in, right? So you're excited a little bit, you got this idea, you want to do it, and then all of a sudden we get these thoughts that start to derail us. And that is, no, come on, that's so stupid. Why would you be thinking that? Don't do that. But the truth is, you need to just put it out there. And the other part of this is, I'm guessing you're probably also a little bit scared of what other people think. And while I can really appreciate that, I understand that, I can tell you that if you can work on that aspect, meaning you don't worry about what other people think, you only listen to the positive things that are coming in, that will help you continue to move forward. And I cannot wait to elaborate on that topic, because I know that fear from other people, the thoughts of what other people are going to think of you, is such a huge thing for everybody, including myself. But when you know what you are worth, it won't matter what another person says about you, because you'll know it's not true. So work on accepting yourself. Work on accepting the fact that what you have to offer the world is remarkable and worth putting it out there in whatever way you're feeling compelled and inspired to do. And if you can get that self-belief and start picturing yourself like that, it won't matter what other people say about you, because you will know everything you need to know about you. I hope that really helps. I hope that makes sense. I say this with all the love in my heart, and I hope that something I said can resonate with you. So this was so exciting and wonderful, and gosh, I hope that you guys all really enjoyed this episode. The thing that I wanted to tell you that is so exciting is the newest part of Tabbie Talks, and that is Tabbie Talks through text. Yes, text. You can text me. You don't even have to email me or anything. Isn't that so amazing to hear? So for all you have to do is it is a service, okay? So it goes to my cell phone, so I can respond in pretty real time. But it is a service, and it doesn't cost anything. It's free to you, or message and data rates. Normal text messaging plan services apply. But all you have to do is text me, and once you text, it will say welcome, and then you have to put your name in so that I can get your contact information, so that I know who I'm talking to, and voila, you'll be able to text with me, and we can talk about anything. If you're going through a struggle, if it's really long, we can certainly do email, but you'd be surprised at what we can accomplish through a text message. So the number for my Tabbie text is 815-374-7424. Again, that phone number is 815-374-7424. I can't wait to get all of your text messages. I can't wait to read your emails. And most importantly, I can't wait to hopefully just make your day a little bit brighter, because truly that is all I ever set out to do to begin with. So this has been such an awesome episode. I feel so privileged and thankful that you gave me this opportunity, you guys. And for those of you guys who are out there wondering if I can help you with anything, doesn't matter what it is, send me a message, and I'd be happy to work my intuition, if you want to call it. Take a look at it, and I'll try to give you the best advice that I certainly can on whatever issues you're going through. But I hope that you guys are having a beautiful week. I hope that your weekend was fun and safe and blessed. And truly, I do want to just remind you, keep shining your light, because the world needs it. Thank you so much for listening. See you later.